It is the weekend. Happy July 4th as well to all of our friends south of the border. Hello, we are super glad to have you with us. Saphia Khambalia here with you. Chris St. Clair's off today. Mike Arsenault will be in a little later on in the show if you can stick around. We talk about the wildfire story that's making headlines really around the world in just a few minutes. But first, quick look at your weather story coast to coast. It is fairly stellar, high pressure for those of you in the East Coast. We begin first, though, in the West. It is hot, it is dry, and it is really going to be unstable for the next 24 hours or so. There's a lot of potential energy I'm going to show you in the atmosphere in just a minute. A few areas that we want you to really pay attention to. You can see the bullseye there in red. Severe thunderstorms possible. These storms are potentially hail producers, high winds, heavy rain, downpour type situations, and even the slight chance of tornadic possibility. Southwestern Calgary, more of an afternoon risk, and then that red bullseye area, more of an evening risk. And have a look at this next map for me. You can see the potential energy, really lots of unstable air over the next 24 hours or so. There is a pattern change in the long term, some cooler air coming into play over the next little while that will change things up a little bit. But for the next 24 hours, especially any of you going to the Stampede, you're going to want to keep it locked on us here with the Weather Network. We do some thunderstorm risk to tell you about in northern Ontario as well, sort of Sudbury, east towards the St. Lawrence. But before we head to Atlantic Canada, do you remember what your winter was like, Easterners? Yeah, it wasn't very good. It's a distant memory now, though, when you have beautiful beaches to head to this weekend. Yeah, Dale sent that in to us. We love drone footage. What a great bird's eye view, isn't it? Okay, so St. John's, interesting temperature story there. You were 25 degrees yesterday, warmer than both Toronto and Montreal. A sharp, rude awakening is coming. 10-degree temperature drop come tomorrow with some of that Atlantic wind change coming in. High pressure at play for most of you. Some thunderstorms possible for New Brunswick tomorrow. More of shower and a cloud story for Nova Scotia and Newfoundland for tomorrow. You're going to see those clouds building come Monday. Maybe a bit of an offshore system as well to talk about, but that's more long range at play. First, we show you some video from the Calgary Stampede before I tell you your West weather story. Yeah, it's the big weekend. Yay, Stampede. Any of you heading out there, we say go Stampede. We hope you have a great time. Yeah. It should be a really nice weather over the next little while as well. Take your hats off to that. Stable, high pressure. Tuesday is really the only day of note when you could have some showers. But there's a look at some west temperatures before we let you go. Daily temperature records have been dropping like flies. We do want to warn you of smoke advisories. You want to stay for that later on in the show. Yeah, very special. Share your weather today. Yeah, you know how it works. This is the hashtag you use on social media, and then we get to see and experience your weather along with you. It's 4th of July. We decided we'd pay homage to our friends south of the border. The Empire State Building shining brightly in red, blue, and white for American Independence Day. Of course, today we say hello to all our friends south of the border. Any Americans here in Canada, in Canada. We'd love to see how you're celebrating the holiday for your folks and friends down home. These folks in Pennsylvania celebrated by doing some handstands on the beach. Sounds pretty good. Very, very American. Do you want to see a symbol of American pride that's making headlines around the Twitterverse and the online world right now? A crow hitching a ride on a bald eagle, the national bird of the United States of America. How patriotic is that? Yeah, pretty cool. Quick look at some forecast plans, forecast conditions for some select cities across the states. Here it is if you are traveling down to see any family south of the border. That picture, of course, taken by an amateur photographer. Pretty cool. We have the Long Ranger coming up for you soon.
This weather segment